Once we've created visualizations, we can combine them into storyboards that group the information in a meaningful way. Let's switch to the Compose workspace. We'll start by giving a meaningful name to the story. When creating a new page, we can choose from a number of layouts, including Slideshow, which creates a story with one board per visualization, Infographics, which allow us to combine our visualizations with other graphic components, or Reports. In this example, we'll use the default blank style, which lets us choose how to organize our content on the fly. We'll drag the first and third visualizations onto the board so that they display next to each other. Our changes are automatically saved as we make them. When we add a second visualization, we can determine whether it will display side by side or top to bottom by dragging the thumbnail to that specific location on the board creation zone. We can also add images, text objects, and input controls. To further refine our board, we'll add the product line dimension to the controls area so that we can filter the data. Let's test the control by limiting records to Thermex products. The charts have updated to reflect the selection. Now that we know the control works, we can remove the filter. We can also modify key options for the story and associated boards. Let's try changing the title for the board, and then turning the title on and off. Notice that the title is suppressed, and the charts and controls are resized as appropriate. Now we'll reset the title. We can also change the background color for the charts. Let's try changing it to pale yellow. We can also add a background image to the board. We need to change the opacity of the image so it's easier to see the visualizations. Notice that we can also change options for an individual component, such as the font and paragraph options for text elements. Stories can include multiple boards. Using the buttons at the bottom of the window, we can add a new blank board or delete an existing board. Let's add a second board to the story. We'll add the second visualization to the new board and suppress the title. Notice that we can preview the story at any time to see how it will look. And we can navigate between boards using the page controls at the bottom of the window. Now we need to save our changes to the document. Our story now contains multiple elements and is ready to share with other users. Visit www.saplumira.com for more information and to download SAP Lumira free today.